Okay. Okay. Able to hear? Online check. I think the student said to join from online right now. Okay. Right. Right. Yeah. So very warm morning greetings to you all. So welcome to this week in current affairs. Yeah, now online one by one, right? Getting joined. So this week comparatively a cool period. The weather part, even the issues are also not that much of hot, okay, or not much of controversial vis-a-vis with last 1 month is concerned. But anyhow, a quick recollection I thought of making it as we celebrated Independence Day. So it's a more of a recollection how much he knows, okay, about the Independence Day, right? So they're always talking about is it 76th or 77th issue. Okay. Then I saw some social media. Some said, it is 76. Some said it is 77. What is right? Hmm? So when you celebrate it on 47, right, August 15th, can we consider it the first or August 15, 1948 as first? So when you celebrate first birthday, eh? So of course, here it varies. Okay, if you take those parameters, is it different? We hosted the flag first time, our independent flag, right, on August 15, 1940. That itself is the first. So then, second, third, it goes on. So keeping that in mind, it is 77th. So that means 76 years over. Otherwise, we called it up. So that fact you have to keep in mind. And Nehru, being the first prime minister, hosted the flag. So when Nehru became the prime minister, is it on 14th August or 15th August or any other date? Hmm? When Nehru became the prime minister. And recently, recently means almost 2-3 months back, I think. In one quiz program, I saw this, okay, they're poking this August 15th related issues and asking for this question. Then I recollected the fact. Hmm? No doubt, Nehru, the first prime minister, I can understand, or you can understand, everybody knows when he became on 15th only. Hmm? Yeah, it is no answers also from the online. Here, a quick facts of recollecting before answering that question. You know pretty well that 1939-45. What is the significance of those years? World War II, right? So World War II ended with dropping of bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, right? Number of time it is first on Hiroshima or Nagasaki. Hiroshima capital, okay, ABCD. Once alphabetical order, if you remember, there end the matter. Okay, Hiroshima, then August 6th and August 9th. Okay, so Second World War ended. Then in Britain, elections were happened. Then opposition party, Labour Party, promised that if we come to power, we'll grant independence to India. Labour Party came to power, and Labour Party leader became the Prime Minister. And of course, he's the Prime Minister when India got independence. Even once in civils, the question posed groups who were the British Prime Minister when India got independence. Clement Attlee became the Prime Minister when India got independence. Of course, you were the Prime Minister, right? Immediately when the Labour Party came to power. As promised in the elections. Okay? British government decided to transfer power, grant independence to India way back in end of 40, in 46 itself. So we know that India is going to get independence in 46. So to work out the modalities, they send what is called cabinet mission. Who are in the cabinet mission? Quick recollection. LAC, good. so, so this is always important. Lawrence, Alexander, Cripps. Is the same Cripps as 1942 Cripps mission? Is the same. The Cripps mission. Lawrence, Alexander, and Cripps. And apart from other suggestions, they came forward with two aspects. Number one is forming interim government. Interim government. So that we can transfer power to that interim government, temporary government, provisional government. Then establishing Constituent Assembly to prepare India's independent constitution. So there are two crucial suggestions of things. In tune with this, the interim government was formed as Nehru as PM. So now tell me when Nehru became the Prime Minister. 46 itself, not even 47. So to be more specific about the date, okay, on 2nd September 1946 itself, he became the Prime Minister. Nehru became the Prime Minister. And of course, we have other team with cabinet members. Later, pretty well the Constituent Assembly was established. And all the process, right? The first meeting and constitutional adoption, everything you are aware of this. Okay. And another question, okay, though critical, and number of recent the bank SSC anything asked this about the national flag. When it was adopted, we don't know why the specific questions is arising recently. When national flag, that is a tricolored designed by Pingali, okay, was adopted. 47 itself. Huh? Hmm? So check that, because sometimes we don't know which question will be posed by whom and what for, right? Check. Then one more thing, when you the national when flag we hosted, we'll sing the national song or anthem. Whenever the flag hosted, we'll sing the national song or national anthem. National anthem, Janaganamana. And when that was adopted. These two dates are appearing in the recent different competitive examinations. All the way. National anthem was later. Okay. That's Janaganamana just before our Republic Day, January 24th, 1950, as per the Janaganamana is concerned. Okay. So when this national flag, just recollect and tell me, so that you are aware of those informations. Okay, because whenever you look at the previous question papers of different exams, then only you know what the pattern they're asking, what for, and what are the things that you have to stress, focus, what are the which static GK need to be regularly focused, what are the static GK link may have the link with the current affairs. Okay, all the issues will be there. So we know these issues because this is all way you have to do the revision rather than anything else. Okay, then one of the program the government announced, of course innumerable aspects, but from the competitive point of view I feel that this Vishwakarma Yojana, okay, they are making it up, uh, a new scheme for artisans. Okay, so nearly 13,000, 15,000 crores they wanted to develop and focused on the skill development part is concerned. Here it's very clear, when you are encouraging India's traditional skills. Okay? When you take this part of Atmanirbhar Bharat, the traditions and customs of India, the heritage of India, will be reflected by conserving and protecting those things. And promotion is essential. Otherwise, in the course of time, we lost a lot. Now that the era of technology, right? You need to adopt the technology to upgrade your traditional skills rather than undoing the part. That's the concept here. So, with that intention, the government initiative is essential. Support is essential. Like every startup, the government is coming up. And these artisans, most of them are poor or middle class. They can't afford the latest technology and hi-fi, and they can't afford even take the training part. So those things has to be initiated from the government end, and with that purpose they have done, and is a comparatively the wonderful project. So I request you to look into, and from mains point of view, very very important milestones, right? Then of course, as now August 23, everybody is eagerly we are waiting the landing of it, and successfully right now the Vikram lander was separated. Now only the next step is concerned. So the social media, all the right, the even ISRO send this thing that got it. Okay, thanks for the right mate. So once the Vikram separated, it seems as a message they received all the way. So once this successfully done, the next step is what? Again, next mission, right? Next step is the next mission only. So Chandrayaan once it's going to be, then Suryayan. Okay, so from moon to sun. So the immediately the ISRO now plans for this launch of India's first solar mission, Aditya L1 satellite. So from India's point of view, is the first one, and it will carry 7 instruments to study the solar atmosphere, solar magnetic storms, and their impact on the environment of the earth. So that's the purpose it is. And it looks like this when this Aditya L1 mission, okay, uh, the part and the picture. So overall, it will be launched by not GSLV, but by PSLV, Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle C57. So with this, it's going to be launched. And one point, because now the Chandrayaan, the major difference is that it is going to the moon, right? It is landing on the moon. But whereas this Aditya, it is not going to land on the sun, right? So that difference, you have to make it clearly. So the solar mission will not see the spacecraft actually go to the sun. Okay? Instead, what will this create a space observatory. Okay? It will create a space observatory. So from which point, okay, the sun can be observed. And even that is even during eclipse, it can be observed as well. So that's a major difference of Chandrayaan, Suryan you have to keep in mind. So it is not going to land on the sun. Okay? It is going to create an observatory. Okay? A point. Okay? A touristic points always know when the Sri Salam is there, like a viewpoint. Okay? Like this everywhere. All the things, hill areas, you have the viewpoint. The similar way, here the viewpoint will be created. And from that, it will be observed. And generally, from here we are not able to see the sun when it is in eclipse. But it's not the case. Even that, it can be so. So we have to wait and see how it is going to be on this. So the spacecraft is planned to be placed in a hollow orbit around this long range point L1. Okay. Almost all. It is 1.5 million kilometers away from the earth. Okay. So how it is going to be, we have to wait and see now. And it's more curious now. Okay. Because in the hot day, we find it difficult even to go out. Being here, that means almost 1.5 million kilometers away. And once it is going there, okay, near to that, then we can see the heat waves or the hot waves, whether it will survive, okay, from the things, all the curious facts will be that. So this is how it looks like. So when the sun part is concerned, the internal structure core, radioactive zone, convection zones, prominence, and coronal hole, corners, okay, chromosphere place, sunspots, these are all photospheres, subsphere. So right now we are able to visualize this is the sun. Now let us see, once our Aditya been to that, then what sort of picture it will send and this. So it's now more curious, okay, in the part. So let the hope the best, and we'll do it on the ways. Then of course, one more thing vis-a-vis with the defense part, INS Vinjagiri is India's latest warship, was launched by our president, the Murmu. Okay, the part is concerned. So, what do you know about this INS Jagiri? Hmm? What are the other warships of India? Hmm? Do you have other warships or we don't have? What are they? For example, hmm? Hmm? Is it INS Vishakhapatnam is what? Warship or not? Hmm? So very much in news, actively participating. Hmm? Hmm. So we have the project of the warships, right? Project 17A. What is this? Project 17A. So these are all the warship of symbolic frigates with improved stealth features, advanced weapons and sensors, and platform management and everything. Okay. Already we have INS Himagiri, INS Dunagiri. These two are existing part of this Project 17A. Now the Vindhyagiri. So Vindhya is what? Hmm? Is it a name of Vindhya mountain ranges? Right? So most of the ships, if you look at, the named after the mountains, okay, or some other nature related, and very few named after the cities. So it was named after the mountain range. In which state it is? Vindhyagiri? State Karnataka. No? So actually in Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh border. So Vindhyagiri is in Karnataka. Huh? Madhya Pradesh, that border, right? That separates virtually south and north India. Okay. So from the south part, when I'm talking about, it's in Karnataka. Okay. And this Vindhyagiri specifically mountain range, one of the part is in Karnataka. Okay. And out of the 6 ships they planned, okay, they planned for the 6 ships under this 17A is the 6th ship. This was built by whom? Who built this? Huh? Built by Bangalore Dock, sure. Built by Defense, okay. PSU. What is this? Name of this? PSU? GRSE. What is the full form of GRSE? Can you guess? Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers Limited, GRSC. Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers Limited. Now it's the facilities on the banks of Hooghly River, Calcutta. Okay, there it was done. Hooghly River is in Bengal, right? West Bengal. There it was launched. So, as we discussed already in this connection, advisable to go through quickly the various warships. So, Google it. Always, once you turn things, various warships of India, various nuclear warships that can carry nuclear heads, and various nuclear submarines. Because always, if you find the question on defense, okay, it may be science and technology or otherwise. So, don't neglect those things. So when you're in mountains, rich in Sudayagiri, right? So online we have questions all the way, right? Good. Something I skipped. Then one more thing is with this health part is concerned. Right to health became a very crucial in recent days, especially the corona issue. And government has to play the crucial role. And treatment and test at all government hospitals of Maharashtra, they made it as absolutely free of cost is concerned. So other states also now coming forward towards this. Even Andhra Pradesh government put off no charge for the tests related, but some other charges are there. So maybe in the course of time, others too may come up. Because now, when you say this right to life, right? Which article, right to life? Yeah, 21 only, right? Because that's a very important article. You have to keep in mind right to life and personal liberty. So right to education became a fundamental right. Deliberately, they inserted the right to education. Which amendment added right to education? 86th Constitutional Amendment added that. So education, already right. Now next is the health. Education and health are the two crucial sectors which facilitate a person, okay, to lead a happy and honorable life. Okay, very crucial sector anywhere else. And if you take care of the two, remaining will take care of it. So government focus is essential on these two sectors. So now that right to education became a fundamental, right, deliberate inserted. Even there the demands from the fortress that right to health also should be made as a fundamental right deliberately. Though Supreme Court interpretation, everything is there, but still it is yet to insert into. Right to life implied only, not deliberately inserted. Now there's a demand for this. And government is also promoting the traditional medicines now, right? And WHO is also encouraging in this part is concerned. And recently, the WHO too, I'll just find out where it is. Okay, I added later this one. Yeah, Center and WHO, they launched a global initiative on digital health. Okay. Of course, this is on part of this G20 summit, which is about to be held shortly. So, the aim of this global initiative on digital health, right? So, GIDH, okay, Global Initiative on Digital Health, for this data convergence, interface of health platforms, and investments in the digital health space around the globe. So now they are working on this. So it is something like a crucial interior medical counter measures, simply called MCM, medical counter measures. And again, you may trace the network of networks approach in this process. So, what to do in this? And no doubt, the most important thing is an investment first. Infrastructure development is very crucial. Okay. And G20 is a group of developed as well as developing countries. And even in developing, these are emerging economies are more. Compared to other developing countries, they are in the front row. They are emerging economies. So their role is very critical. They only can invest elsewhere. And Corona sees very clearly India's forefront regarding healthcare and how our research from few years yielded the result, how quickly our research labs, the scientists responding, we're able to. And digital part is concerned. So virtually we are dictating in this. So digital dictator, okay, and authoritarian in this. But investment we are lacking. Though we have the human resource, investment part is in the question. So once you invest properly, yes, it can be. So India is focusing not just on the Western medicines part, whatever you called it up, including the traditional. It wanted to upgrade those traditions so that whoever be depend on this will continue on the part. Okay. So this is one of the aspects that you have to keep in mind, right? Then back to other areas. So Independence Day over, next Republic Day, and the other day the Defense Ministry issued the information. Next Republic Day coming this 24 should be special. So this is all women, even there's only women take part in this Republic Day parade. So all army, navy, air force, tablas. So this time you'll find only women. So we have to find is how the reaction when it is all the way it is concerned. Let it be so. So here the intention is very clear. Already they are into all three services, Army, Navy, Air Force. Even in the course of time, they are allowed to write NDA, CDS, making and entering into. So let them give more encouragement. So this is not like something like only for men, because either two that is a even the mindsets, attitudes. So the government of India wish to address these attitudes. Okay, when attitude change, initiative should come from this, and from authorities come in the course of time. Yes, people will change their mindsets. Okay, so that's very crucial. Changing the minds of the people, because at one stroke you can't change yourself, and this is very important. Even you have to quote while writing your ethics paper, right? Attitudes that matters. So thinking, of course, what you are thinking is immaterial. How you are thinking that matters, isn't it? So once you are giving, Philip, so right now in every field they are in, there's one aspect and more. So once is more focused, then more beyond this. because right now the education part is concerned. Now it's for everybody. Once upon a time, job is only for man and woman confined. Now is the reverse already happened. If some woman is work or the home work woman, why you are doing? So now the questioning is there. Okay, so why you are staying back? Even the old people are asking the similar questions. They are not stopping them to work, and they are not stopping you to cross the rivers and going to the foreign lands and work from where it is. So once that sort of the things, giving more Philip is essential. So in that process, there been all these issues, and these words that matters as well. Okay, and to address these words, the Supreme Court too recently come up. The women part is concerned. Why you used such a stereotyped wording rather than regular part, especially when the crimes and everything is taking. So Supreme Court unveils this handbook to eliminate gender stereotypes. So whenever certain words they used, okay, and why can't we replace those words with the new words? So, for example, why you use certain things? Okay, woman, faithful woman. If you use the word, she is a faithful woman. It means that all others are not faithful. Why are you laughing? I mean, one issue is that, and what is the criteria of judging a faithful woman? Hmm? Experience, right? So, why you are stamping certain things, right? Giving a narrow meaning to it. And now that, because there's a saying, right, we have to change account to the changing times, right? You have to change account to the changing times. If not, if you resist, what will happen? Huh? Either change will change you or exchange you. Am I right or not? They will exchange you, right? If the woman now, previously, okay, if the marriage, no doubt it is. If they don't like the husband, now they can change, and vice versa. Now that become an order. The Western, once upon a time, is in Western culture. Now that became part of it. Even recently, Supreme Court came up. No need to wait for 1 year. If something and impossible to go together, why can't it be? Right? When that's the thing, and looks like that's essential. Looks like that's essential. Why should I? Okay? When nothing. At one stage, all right. But beyond the things. When the cruelty recently, the Kerala High Court as well as Karnataka High Court defined the word cruelty. Okay? Cruelty is a ground of divorce. For example, the wife regularly torturing the husband, stating that you are the dark skinned, dark skinned. So he was so upset. Okay? Then at one point, right? And the concern better do away. And there's no ground in the divorce law that if this amount to cruelty, then it is. Then approach the High Court. So this mental torture directly, right? Because other courts you can't. Because fundamental right, when you have right to life, right to lead a peaceful life is also a part of it. Now Supreme Court interpretation is that. So keeping that in mind, right to live peacefully, the mental peace too important. Court came up very clearly, cruelty, once you are torturing like this, right? By words, not physical harassment. It's a mental harassment. It amount to cruelty and granted the divorce. Yes, it can be. Same thing, one woman, approach the court directly. I'm also not living peacefully in this. There, the ground is this: this husband is regularly drinking, saying nothing. He's drinking. He's not using any abusive language, anything, but in spite of it is, and we don't know whether he's able to come to home or not, where he will be, right? So that insecurity feeling is there. Then he said, is it not mental harassment? Husband is not physical harassing her, right? Taking care of her everything. No problem in general. But this overdose of drinking, early morning, instead of he taking the key, he take the drinks. Even he will brush up with this water. Like this, something it's crossed the limits. Whether at home children are doing this, he will take. Outside, he will take. So as if that become part of it. Is it not a mental torture? Bed 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, then directly approach the court. And court granted, yes. Right? So here, what's happening is, the interpretation you have to change, and options are more now. And change the certain words. No question of using the stereotyped old words. Okay? When something arises, you have to think and do it. And I think last time I posed the question, is it smoking good or bad? Depends. Okay, I'll ask you then. Smoking is good or bad? Bad for this. For them depends, for this bad. For you also bad? Drinking is good or bad? Bad. Drinking is good or bad? Drinking water also bad? Just I'm telling you, is it drinking water is a bad? Say, I didn't say anything, right? Then why you assume? Ah. That's the thing. So, unknowingly, right? My first question lead to. Otherwise, if I had directly asked you drinking rather than smoking, you'd have think and do that. Isn't it? So that's the state. And present day is in such a way, especially in this competitive world order. We can, if you use the word world order, in the competitive world order, you have to act but not react. Very important, my dears. Even your prelims, mains, interview, the point you have to be. You have to act but not react. Maybe the same way you will do it. Difference is only your thinking and doing, not just automatically. May take this few seconds, doesn't matter. Don't enter into a trap of something. So these are all various traps. If you assume, like, the stereotype like this, the words arises, you are assuming as you like. So if I put it in a way, okay, I'll write a bigger version. I mean, this may be very important. Okay, if you assume as you like, you convert it, right? This is a second. Finally, you will round up as nothing. You can't it be that. So you can't take anything for granted. You are not supposed to be. So we have to be in that part only. Then only you can. So because of that issue, words that matters. The words are very powerful. Okay? You can play with the words. Okay? తెలుగులో ఏదో ఉంది మాటే మంత్రం అని. ఓకే, పాట కూడా ఉందా? రైట్. సో that matters. In the course of time, once you change this wording, and our attitude also will change. You can rewrite your mind script now. Okay? You are rewriting the mind script. That is very important. then only you can not only survive in this competitive world order, you will be in the forefront in forefront of this competitive world order. Whoever be doing, now they only can. Okay, and the court recognized this too. It may looks like for women, no doubt, because there are certain things, but it for everybody. Okay, we need to relook into certain words that we are using it up. You need to be carefully do this. So when the words used, like for example, regularly the men face this eve teasing. Here they said is a very broader term. And eve teasing, if at all happening, hardly punishment of, say, a fine or a 1 day imprisonment, maximum of a month. But once it crosses the limits, what will happen? And most of things in reality is going to be the street sexual harassment rather than just a general once upon a time meaning of EVTs. Okay, those days it should have gone in a way. And now, once this sexual harassment, entire mindset will change. The people, the law will behave in a different way. Okay, the law penalty will be more. Okay, so they thought of, now that, okay, last time we discussed the Indian Penal Code and everything now getting renamed, not just old wine in the new bottle. It's of undoing number of British, that is colonial era terminology also. Come up with the new things, new punishments, and stringent punishments. Even for looks like once upon a time the minor punishments. So in this process, they too made it up is concerned. Then they said another word regularly used, housewife. What do you mean by housewife? Why you use this? So court suggested do use the word homemaker. It should be rather than thing. All the black stands for the new word suggested. Okay, red already existing, not B. Similarly, for example, now one of the complaints of the men is that women, that thing is their dress. If you wear the dress properly, no problem. Otherwise, so the tempting all the way. Clothing is clothing, dress is clothing. Why use the word provocative dress? Whom is provocating who? What to wear, what not to wear is your choice or my choice? Right? It's of your personal. So we are ready to face any eventuality. There and the matter. Who are you to judge or dictate what this, don't want this? And who are you to stamp this is this, this is this? This is nothing but a patriarchal mindset. That's one of the feminists generally they call, because men want to dominate and let them oppressed, because hitherto men oppressed in the way generations, and they wanted to go ahead. Then why? Isn't it? Cloth is clothing. So why you use these words? So in the future judgments, you will not find these words, and all the lies and judges are directed towards this. Is a clothing, dress, there and the matter. Okay. So similarly, yeah, the prostitutes, they use the word sex worker. Then yeah, this is a word here. This part is concerned. Mother is the mother. Okay. Once bigger the children, a child was born. Mother is the mother. Why you are thinking of wed or unwed? Right? Why you are stamping again? Why you are looking into the background? Right? Now that, for example, living in relationship was legalized, right? Though there's no any specific law on this. So formally it's not marriage. When formally it's not marriage, it's not called as the, okay? She was not called as a wife also, isn't it? But one thing they concern, why you are. So wed, unwed. So now this who have been related, they're using this unwed. So no more this word mother is the mother, nothing like this. So like this, the few terms wherever the thing is concerned, use the word. Then spinster. Similarly, when the woman is concerned, only you have to use the woman, not for career woman, chastity woman, fallen woman, harlot, Indian woman, Western woman, seductress, all the words hitherto they used to do this, right? Woman of loose morals, easy virtue, wanton women, all the parts. You are not supposed to use this words. Because you can't stamp. By using this, you are stamping it. So, you can't be in this. Similarly, the women that affected by the rape and others survived, hitherto they use the word survivor or victim. Why use this? Individual. Directly use the word affected by sexual violence. What's the need for that one? Isn't it? No doubt you can use it, but expressed issue is required here. Preference should be. Then, yeah, the wife part. Wife is a wife. Like mother is a mother, wife is a wife. You can't use the word dutiful wife or faithful wife, good wife. That means others are bad. Uh, so what it means? Why you are use these words? How do you stamp it? If the wife has not served you a glass of water, it means she's not dutiful. Simple. Is not cooked. Can you say this? Not dutiful. Now they're all changing scenarios. When the changing scenario, when both are doing the jobs and both are earning the part, their time and your time is similar. If that be the case, innumerable adjustments is need of the hour. You can't stamp it, you should only do this. Of course, regarding nature, we are helpless. All man-made inequalities, barriers need to be undone. And even the psychology, when this thing is concerned, the thinking part is also like this. So you have to undo those things. So keep in mind those few aspects. Okay. And similarly, they wanted to undo this word of bastard from the legal dictionary. So they don't want to this. So clearly meant this non-marital child or child whose parents were not married. Either the way, you just don't use that word because that become very negative word. Why that? What the mistake the child did? Why you stamped him? So that was completely prophetess. Similarly, when you use an affair, instead of making the thing is concerned, because it's a very broader term when it's affair. So deliberately use the word outside of the marriage once it is concerned. So not use this word. Okay. So like this, everything need to be specified, and words, some small one word become sentences, some sentences now become words, change of the things, those essential. So it come up with a list, just it's a few very crucial list, okay, limited words, and come up with this Indian Express. Okay, simply put it in the tablet and I'm showing this. So this is again towards the changing the mindsets of the people. So go through once again, then we do it accordingly. Okay. Then of course, one more back to international one, another important. The number of times we discussed this issue now again came up. China appears to be building airstrip on disputed island. Can you guess what is this disputed island? Where China is doing all these activities, which is not supposed to be. Hmm? Is an island. No island in India, right? South China Sea. Good enough. So it's a South China Sea. So it's having disputes regarding the maritime, dispute with Vietnam, dispute with Philippines, right? Disputes with the other countries. Why is the dispute? Okay, quick recollection, because number of times we discussed South China Sea issue. Nine dash, 7 dash. Okay, it's a 9 dash. So if the China, assume this is a South China Sea, so they put this dashes. So they put it on the map. This is ours. That's it. Because we have historical claims. Here, what you have to do is a quick recollection of international law is essential. Okay, in this issue. So international law clearly says when this oceans related part is concerned, assume India is here. Okay, you have the Sri Lanka too and other countries here. You have our territory ends here, right? But in reality, our territory extend up to this part. What is this is called? 12 nautical miles. What it is called? No, very, very important. Territorial waters. And once, several long back, they asked the meaning of territorial waters. Territorial waters implies. If you look at the map of India, right, in the ending it is there. Indian territorial waters extend up to 12 nautical miles. Every Indian map you will find that. For that matter, every country's map you will find that. Territorial waters, because territory implies this part, right? Land. General meaning of territory. But when you use the territorial, extension of this land over the water. Okay? Extension of country sovereignty over the waters. That is the territorial waters. Extension of sovereignty over the waters. How long? It's only 12 nautical. That means up to here, it is treated as part of India. So India means from here to here. This is in India. Okay? Not just like this. Okay? You have this part up to here. So 12 nautical miles. This was stipulated by Law of the Sea Convention 1955. Okay? UNCLOS generally we call it. United Nations Conference on Law of the Sea. Law of the Sea Convention 1955. Territorial waters. Still we have this country too have this, or this African countries for example have this one. Still waters left. So for this this is the EEZ. What is the extension of EEZ? 200 nautical miles. Nautical miles means measure of distance on seas. And EEZ was under which law of the sea convention? Again, this appeared in groups, levels, and all the exams. Hmm? It's not 55. It is a recent origin. After new international economic order, only this came. 82. This EZ is under this unclause, Law of the Sea Convention 1982. Previously, it is not there. Exclusive. That means we don't have a full-fledged sovereignty. We don't have the complete sovereignty like territorial waters. A foreign ship need to enter or the boat need to enter, they need to take our permission. Otherwise, treated illegal in territorial waters. EZ is in free navigation is there. Only we have control over resources. EZ, exclusive economic zone. Only whatever be the things. What that economy is called, ocean economy is called as? No, you have the fish, mining, minerals, right? Oil, you can explore and use it. What is that economy called? Blue economy. So that the thing is concerned. The blue economy. So is it? So like this every country. Still, if the waters are left, this is called as high seas. High seas are nothing but international waters. Assigned to whom? Landlocked, not borderless, no access to sea. Okay, okay, no access to sea. Okay, one is not having access to sea is an exclusive economic zone, and territorial waters, high seas. High seas, whatever resources assigned by UN will take care. For example, Afghanistan, Nepal. Okay, they will be assigned and they can explore and exploit the natural. We have only control over the resources, not so free navigation is permitted. Generally on high seas it will be. When it come to the Sri Lanka, hardly we have 31 nautical miles. So mid path will be taken into consideration. Okay, all the issues are there, and of course we have the various fishermen issues crossing the borders. Now that GPS came, geofencing, you are able to track it very clearly. You can't say that I don't know. Okay, technology you can use and stop it up. Still, India, Sri Lanka, Kachitivu Island issue is there. Of course, we have given to Sri Lanka, but both our fishermen, their fishermen can use it as a rest place. Okay, because that is in the mid perfect. So, like this, we have an arrangement, an agreement. Issues can be resolved peacefully and successfully. Like Indo-Pak, we have issue. What is that? Which island? Now the Kachadivu is India, Sri Lanka. We are able to resolve it. Still, of course, Tamil Nadu wants that back to India. But as per the nation part is concerned, we resolve. Because it's uninhabited island. And both we can. What is that creek? Creek Island, no doubt. What is that before? Okay. Suffix, prefix. Sir Creek. Sir Creek Island. So finally, you got suffix, prefix in a way. So, Sir Creek Island, India and Pakistan. It's two marshy islands, uninhabited. India claims ours, Pakistan claims its. Okay. The issue is from which point you are measuring. Okay. So Pakistan wished to measure from so and so point. So that will be done. India said, no, 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 not this point you have to measure. So there, the difference is siring exactly is coming in between, and as per Indian, and right now it is under Indian control over the part. But China had done a different thing. Just put the not one issue. Okay, entire thing. This is ours, and why? Because simple reason is historical claims. So it encroached into the exclusive economic zones of Philippines, Vietnam, Taiwan, Brunei. Okay, one more country, 5 countries totally. It is entered into. So others are very small. They are not able to do anything. At least Philippines dared enough to file a case in the permanent court of arbitration, where judgment came against China. China said ignored, because any international orders, judgments is application is voluntary. But remember again, permanent court of arbitration, there's an option. If both Philippines and China would have gone together, referred to the arbitration, it is binding. It's called award. You have to take the award, whether like or don't like it. Like our Indus water disputes, we refer to the award, permanent court of arbitration. Same thing regarding Bangladesh, we referred, and that small island which disappeared now. Okay, and arbitration decided that belonged to Bangladesh only. We said okay. Anyhow, it now disappeared. It just came and disappeared. Nature gave the solution sometimes, so that is not at all existing. But there is a once any award, that is the permanent court of international arbitration, both the countries, the disputed countries, if they referred, it is binding on them. If only one of the country or either of the country filed a case, it is not binding. Like ICJ, International Court of Justice. If it is going any one of the country, it is not binding. If the both the countries together refers, then that is binding on this issue. So that part. So now, though is a disputed one, still it is laying the steps because of his mighty. That's what the Machanyaya. Strong fish swallows the small fish. So as it mighty, the other country is not able to do that. And America, they are not able to come into the rescue because of the fear of war again. The war implies again everybody will suffer. In addition to maybe other permutations and combinations. So nobody want to risk the war for somebody's sake. Okay, that's what now happening in Ukraine as well. They're ready to give this arms and ammunition, some money, etc. They don't want to do the direct war with this. Okay, so these are all the political games that are happening. It is so small become the sufferers in this issue. Then one more thing resulting to Sri Lanka, India hands over the maritime surveillance aircraft drone here. Okay, so we gifted this drone here to Sri Lanka. Comparatively, our relations with the Sri Lanka is good enough. And though we have the major issue with Sri Lanka on Hambantota port, wherein recently the Chinese surveillance ship was halted, then on our request, of course, it was sent it back immediately. Same thing in Colombo port, the nuclear submarines was stopped. Then when India protested, they left early. So other than the things, we don't have much of this. And as recently Sri Lanka faced an economic crisis, India rendered its helping hand. In tune with this, also, India is doing this part. And this is a part of our Sagar. This abbreviation and important, you have to keep in mind. What is the full form of Sagar? Yes, anyhow, here it says, okay? Security and growth. SAG. Okay? Security and growth. Not for you or me, for everybody. All in the region. So, with that vision, India is moving and they gifted. And previously too, it gifted to Maldives as well. So, as a part, whatever that we can, we is to do this. Then another international news, it is former service chiefs visit to Taiwan. Is it Taiwan an independent country? Hmm? China claiming it's theirs. But Taiwan is ruling themselves. Okay? Why China claiming? Okay. Anyhow, to make it simple, after Second World War, okay, this Taiwan was occupied. I mean, during the Second World War period, is under the grip of China from Japan. So previously, once upon a time, it's China. It held by Japan for longer period. Now China got back. That's what China says. Okay. Now Taiwan under China. After 1945, it's under. It so happened that Chinese Revolution 1945, Mao made this. Then rulers of China run away and taken shelter in this island of Taiwan. Okay. And anyhow, as Mao and those Comtong rulers, okay, once previously they worked together, something he left. Anyhow, they left, okay, and lived. So China feel that if not today, tomorrow it should be belongs. But Taiwan slowly asserting, and its independence was not recognized by nations, including India, America. We don't have a full-fledged diplomatic relationships. Neither India nor America, nor for that matter. Very few countries, very small, recognize Taiwan. And Taiwan is not having a seat in America, I mean UNO as well. And whatever India's relationship, we established through our cultural mechanism. Cultural and tourism, when you're talking about this concern, through that mechanism only, we are having relationship. And now that American and China, some sort of a Cold War scenario is going on, and Taiwan become a flashpoint, America wanted to support Taiwan outrightly in the part is concerned. So when China wished to take over, that's what intentions, and America want to put the speed breakers before that, and if necessary, completely ready to face. In that scenario, when that is all happening between China and Taiwan and America involved, now Indian chiefs entry become the question. Of course, not present. The former service chiefs they visited Taiwan. Is it not or some sort of a proactive military diplomacy? So what India wished to convey to China, isn't it? So all the time China used to have an upper hand in negotiations. Now that India don't want to always be in the defensive mode. Okay. So whenever China intruded into Indian territory, we are defending. We are defending. We never entered into. Right? Any issue vis-a-vis with China is concerned. China is only entering into Nepal and creating problem, we are defending. China only entering into Nepal, Sri Lanka, Myanmar, right? For its own purpose, maybe or to the Pakistan. For every time we are defending, including CPEC, China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. And we can do nothing. How long this defense? Right? Can't we do something? So in that proactive mode, one of the things is that when China Belt and Road Initiative, BRI project, one of the things is that extension, maritime related, connecting the ports. And ports are in such a way, if you look at India, it is surrounding India. What is that is called? Ring of string, okay, string of pearls. It looks like a string of pearls. Now we wanted to design a diamond, okay, string of diamond in a way, okay, surrounding the surrounder. So we want to establish a relation with Mongolia, okay, above the China, Japan, South Korea, like this. So we want to be more friendly with them. Even Vietnam, our movements are there. There is all political diplomacies. But militarily, we are not that much of aggressive so far. And we feel that, yes, why always be? When this mode, especially the ideas of Ajit Doval, Always, why don't we aggressive? Why always be defensive mode? At least now the other person will wherever we can. So here, in a way, after recent visit of Indian Prime Minister to America, and America now focus on Indo-Pacific more. So is it in tune with this? So containing China is the top of the agenda now, both for America as well as India. Okay. So we wanted to have some sort of negotiating edge in this, and everybody saying this. This is a part of this move. So it's more of a descriptive. Okay. In the part. Then, of course, as just now said, America is focusing on Indo-Pacific. The other day, that's on yesterday only, they hosted the first ever trilateral summit. That is Japan and South Korea, and of course the US. So when this trilateral, three countries, the US, Japan, and South Korea together. So today's newspaper to carry in, they are planning to have some sort of a grouping like Quad we have. Quad is a group of four quadrilateral security dialogue. Already in that, US is there, Japan is there. Only South Korea is not there. Then we have another grouping wherein America, Australia, and UK. What is that called? AUKUS. Okay, three countries. Okay, grouping is there. Australia, US, UK. Okay. Then now there is planning of grouping, though it is official yet to name. Like AUKUS, they wanted to give a military ties. Quad is not a military pact. Okay, it is more of security. Security is having a wide range connotation. It includes not only military security but also food security, health security, all these things. In the COVID scenario, health security arises. Okay, food part, everything it wanted to take care. It's a more broader and holistic concept of Quad. Though China described it as nothing but Asian NATO, but they don't want to give that color. But America wants that. So small groups it wanted to play in this way. Already now with AUKUS, with Australia, it entered into military pact. With Japan, it wanted to enter along with South Korea. So under military pact in a way. So that it can contain both North Korea as well as it can address the issue of the North Korea as well as the China part is concerned. Okay. Then one more thing, India's science related, of course. India to deploy its first ever polar research ship to this Antarctica in next 5 years. Already India have three bases in the polar region, right? We have the Bharati, Maitri, and Dakshina Ganga. First one is what? First one from the rivers, if we come, that will be Dakshina Ganga, Maitri, and Bharati. Okay. So, what the aim of this PRV, Polar Research Vessel? Hmm? Of course, sustaining the basis thing. Hmm? What is the aim? By meaning itself, we can guess. Hmm. So the main purpose of this PRV is to render logistic support to other bases so that continuous research will continue, and it will act as a research platform for scientists to conduct studies in the ocean realm, including this southern oceans, so that now we can carry out independently these polar expeditions. So we need not depend now on foreign PRVs for each expedition. Right now we are depending on foreign PRVs for our expeditions. So now that India wishes to project itself as a global leader, this is also essential. So it's a geopolitical, geo-economic strategy from our end. So this project actually approved long back in 2014 itself, but it was abandoned because of very reasons, mainly it's not a place. But now they are going ahead with this project. So next 5 years, they have to sustain the basis. This is what very crucial. The logistic support it will render and serve as a research platform for the scientists as well. So having significance of geopolitical, geoeconomic transition. So we don't want to now depend on future on the charter foreign PRVs. No need to depend on the foreign PRVs in the course of time. Okay. Then one more back to another small disputes, though is happening from long time. Kaveri water sharing issue again came up. The Tamil Nadu government sought Supreme Court intervention to make Karnataka immediately release 24,000 of cubic feet per second, Q6, we called it, right? So this is a quick map always remembered. So from Karnataka, finally passing on to this and reaching the Bay of Bengal is concerned. It's a largest river and originate at Talakaveri in this Brahmagiri hills, the Western Ghats, Karnataka, and popularly called as Dakshina Ganga in the part is concerned. And of course, the few of its tributaries include Harangi, Himavati, okay, Lakshmana Tirtha, Kabini, all the things. And here, this Kabini originate in Kerala and flows eastwards and join with Kaveri. So that means this have the links with this, right? The Kerala, the part also. So whenever the Kaveri issue also, the Kerala also involved, not only Karnataka, the part is concerned. So at this issue, advisable to look at and always from interstate water disputes. Be in touch, note it, including now this Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Karnataka, this Almaty Dam issues and everything, right? So be touch with those tendencies. Okay. So what's happening is finally it's the court will look into. But generally, what they will do is when the tribunals are there for everything, technically they are experts. So Supreme Court advises that you refer and take care of the tribunals. still you are not satisfied, ultimate thing is the court. Yeah, it can. Supreme Court can anything, and once it invoke Article 142, number of times it says it can do anything. No, no, no. It's original. Any state disputes between one state and another, our state versus central is the original jurisdiction. Yeah, interstate water disputes also original jurisdiction. But Supreme Court suggests what to do. Sometimes it will take up, sometimes it will refer back to tribunal. That will refer to original jurisdiction only. And one more thing, of course, long back we discussed this Northern Sea route again in the news because of Russia-Ukraine related issue. Then we are getting oil. And all the missed convoys we wanted to connect to Chennai. So that is a major part on this part, the issue is concerned. So Chennai and Valdescu route we want to. So this is the overall Northern Sea route it is called. So from here to and from here to we can have the connect. Okay, it's just for information. Now that much talk, this is how it looks like the Northern Sea route is. Then of course regarding sports, India are the champions in this Asian hockey trophy 2023. Okay, so after a long time it has come back with the 1-3 goals. Then one more, this Matey is coming, our own web browser now. Shortly we are going to get. Okay, so let us wait and see when India will get this one. Then as a digital platform is going on, India is the first digital village. Ako Dara. Which state? Gujarat. Okay, and if you remember that much is sufficient. Huh? Okay. Right? So, right. Yeah, wonderful. So that's all for today. So next week we'll meet. Few more things, but again advising you, review is very important. Revision, whatever notes you are making, advisable, and whatever already you heard now and then, at least on the way or anything else, your Bluetooth and everything is there. Listen to those, so that simple way of recollection. Okay, need not be the entire thing. Listen for some time and close it whenever you will feel free. Okay, so that it will be reinforcement and add a new things to it or something more issues. Right. Thank you very much. Meet you tomorrow. Bye.